Alright, let's move the camera a bit, just a bit. Yep, I think that's good enough. Oh, look at that stack of boards here. And I've even got more than these. Anyway, this is enough for now, I think. Okay, I'm doing some board refurbishments. These are tested and okay already, but they all have the original capacitors and non-heat-sinked ULED chips, so I want to refurbish these, and my hair is a bit of a mess because my daughter was messing it up a couple of minutes ago. It's Sunday afternoon, it's terrible weather outside, and I'm not in the mood to process messages, and so hey Steve, good afternoon. So I'm just going to work on some boards, which gives me a little bit fun, I think. I like this, I like doing this, I like doing a stack of these at once. So I got some new revised boards in stock. I wonder if I should do it this way or this way. I think this is the better way, I think. Yeah, let's do it this way. If you I guess you can hear the noise outside, and from my fume extractor here, they're all noisy, and outside it's noisy, and the washing machine is running, so it's kind of noisy. But let's continue with the first board I'm having here. And I made my own solder remover tool here for my desolder pump, solder station I should say. Because this one gets stuck easily and I need to clean it a lot. But let's just continue on pulling out these relay sockets. Again, I tested these boards already, so I know they are working, but I just have to solder in socketed ULED chips. I got a couple prepared already, so it's just a matter of removing the original one, replacing the capacitors, and getting the working ULED chip back in with the heatsink, of course, but not with the IC socket, because with the heatsink it otherwise would not fit in a original case. Hence, people like myself and Iron Battle and other people remove the socket from the board. This board has been repaired already. You can see it because the Z80's CPU has been socketed, and you can see it on the bottom of the board. It has been worked on, and also one RAM chip has been replaced at one time. Get out of the board, you! This is out. Cleaning up. It's really good using a desoldering station like this, because it will speed up work a lot, and also it will not leave any residue or anything. So it's a clean removal of the ULED socket. So that's a good thing. I'm also going to remove the socket from the replaced RAM chip, because we can just solder it in, which looks a lot nicer than how it is this way. I could share the link of the live feed in Facebook so more people can join the chat and the stream if they like. So we'll do that in a second. Otherwise they will miss out, and I don't want anyone to miss out on anything. Especially not on strobe bubbles. So if you like strobe bubbles, well then you need to get more ZX Spectrum stuff. Get out, you. And another socket is gone. So that's. I wonder if people have seen desoldering stations like this in use, because they are so useful. Yes, for you. Okay. 8-bit Dreams. Good afternoon. Yeah, of course, Steve, you have the same. Multiphase 1. Well, Steve and I talked about multiphase a lot because we even tried to contact the copyright holder at the moment, but the guy didn't want to cooperate, so we just left it. At least I left it. I know the boards are made, and some people offer them on eBay, for example. I'm trying to reach to my ULA stock of ULA chips. Oh, here's one stack of them, and here's another one. I'm not sure if I tested these. I think so. Maybe it's good to give them a test before using them. But I think I tested these ones already, because the ones I heatsink should be tested completely, even with tape in an output. Yeah, you can use a multiphase 128 on a 48K Spectrum. The only question is if the ROM supports your storage system that you want to use it on. For example, microdrive or plus D or Disciple or anything else. Wafer drive even. I wonder, Steve, we could just use it without the Romantic Robot logo, but the main question was if we could use a ROM, I guess. Anyway, I think for hobbyists it's not a problem to program ROM themselves, but it's just that I or many other people can do it for others. Sorry. Right. Back at this board. So I got a couple of, it's a 480 board, so I need a version 7 ULA chip. And I got one here. So we're just going to solder this one in. Just let me take a close look at the circuit, the board, if it's not. Look, there's some soldering joints here, and I'm very happy noticing that before soldering in the ULA chip, which is kind of important, because otherwise you have to get it out again. And again, I know these boards work, so if they wouldn't work after swapping any part, then just have to do it again. But that's a downside of doing too much at once, so it's better to just maybe first replace the ULA chip and then do the capacitors, so we know what could be the cause if anything happens. Right. So I was talking about using lead-free solder. I really would prefer continuing using leaded solder because it's way easier to use and it doesn't smell that bad. But because I'm a company now and I need to get my product CE certified, I have to get over to lead-free solder. But it's not only getting other solder wire, it's also a matter of getting a good soldering iron instead of the one I currently use, because this one doesn't like much higher temperatures. So I think I'm going to buy one of those Chinese ones, but only the ones that I know from experience from others will work just fine. Right, so this board is almost ready except for the capacitors, and I see the ROM is missing. So we have to put in another ROM as well, and maybe, of course, we have to do the ROM fix, because the ROMs I use as a replacement need a ROM fix because they have only one chip enable signal, and not two like the original ones. The original ones have a chip enable and a chip select. These ones only have a chip select, I think. Right, it's done. Let's put in a 28-pin socket, because for the ROM that is just fine, and it's more easy if anything happens. Let's get a couple here. Cool. That's a good idea, 8-bit dreams. Victor, okay. Hey John, good afternoon. Let me just share the link of the stream to other people. Let me see. So other people can join as well. I wish I had two 4K cameras because I don't like the quality of the HD camera. It's a bit low on resolution, I think. And I wonder what happened to the colors on the camera. But anyway, it's not completely sharp. That's what I think. Maybe it didn't enable autofocus. Have to check. First, let's share the URL. Here it is. Oh, okay. That's one. That's Twitter. Twitter. No, come on, Twitter. Thank you. Okay. I really want to do more videos, and I didn't have time for Vitalight Weekly Show last week because, as you may have seen, I wasn't at home for a couple of days, and when I returned home, I got a backlog again of several days catching up. So much work here. Anyway, that's what happens. Okay. So, let's see. Okay, but it can always be better. But maybe I watch too many 4K videos nowadays. There are so many people like Linus Tech Tips and Steve from Gamers Nexus and others that use 8K cameras, and this is just not the same sharpness. But anyway, I might order more of these cameras, 4K cameras, in the future, so we can at least stream at 1440p or something. And although the cameras say, the Bright camera I use from Logitech, say it's 4K, I never achieved 4K really, so it's 2K or less. The camera should be able to handle 4K, but even with USB 3.1 Generation 2 interface, it's not good enough for this camera. So anyway, we'll do it this way. Let's do the ROM fix. And another thing I was thinking about is I might start to offer fixed price repairs and refurbishments, because refurbishing a board like this takes at least half an hour. So socketing the ULA chip and replacing the capacitors. If you need a repair like a bad RAM chip or some voltage circuit stuff, will go up to about an hour, sometimes a bit longer. But what I want to do is I want people to have to be able to have their boards refurbished and repaired for a fixed price, instead of not knowing exactly what they're going to pay. And although I always say that the maximum rate will be that one of an hour, so they will never pay more for the repair itself than the rate of 1 hour, which is £40 plus parts. But still, I think a fixed rate would be better. So something like £40 for a fixed price repair and refurbishment might be a bit better, you know. Even though the repairs might take just a bit less time, I'm not sure, not always. I think 35 or £40 would be a good rate to have your ZX Spectrum refurbished and fixed. So in the past, the repairs were enough for until a couple of years ago. Nowadays, you really need to also refurbish the machine, get a new membrane, get new capacitors, a new heatsink on the ULA chip, and heatsinking it also implies that you need to remove the socket, which takes some time, as you can see here. So hence, I think it's better to have a fixed price for that. I have to calculate what is reasonable for me, because I'm doing it for a living nowadays. And still, of course, for fun. That's not the issue. I have to be fair to myself and to other people, of course. I still find it hard to relate to people like customers, because I really see all of you like enthusiasts like myself who just love these old machines, you know. I don't really see people as a real customer, so many of you I know a bit, or more than a bit sometimes. So, right, let's get the ROMs out here. Hey, Stuart, Jean-Claude, good afternoon. Vincent, good afternoon. What am I missing here? You like. I like the 48K membranes from China, but not the plus or toast rack types because the quality is not good enough. Often, sometimes it's good enough, but sometimes it's not, and that's because I think Georgia gets them from several suppliers as proto batches or something. Is this a revision 4 or 5? It's just a revision 4A. It's the yellow board of this one. Victor is now we have two. Oh no, we have Victor and Vincent. Okay. This one, hey Jan, good afternoon. This one is a 4A, which is kind of common. It's not the rarest one. But I also have one 3B board with the yellow top and the blueprint, and that is a rare one. So I keep that for now, and we'll see in the future what we'll use. Yeah, well, you must know there are, I think, only 2 suppliers of membranes at the moment. You have the ones from China, and you have the ones from the Czech Republic, and Syntax, so Thomas Barley and Rich Manor from Selma Retro get them from the Czech Republic at the moment. And I even have seen a photo of, I think, the ones from Peter Smith, so Selma Retro, which are the same. I mean, the plus types are the same as the ones from Thomas and Rich. I think you can nowadays get the plus version from the same sources Thomas Barley and Rich Manor do as well. That's what I think. I'm not sure. Right, this ROM chip needs some tape so it won't be erased after a while, and even though it's inside is a spectrum, so I don't think it will be erased, but just to make sure, it's a good practice of putting some sticker over it because it can be erased by UV light, which is in the light we can see. I need to connect pin 1 to pin 27 and 28, so it's 5 volts. It's a small change on the I can do here. I do this a lot. It's not the first time, as you can see. So the ROM is ready, the board is ready. I think this one is ready. Just need to test it, which we can do just to make sure it works, and then put on the sticker. Just not sure. No, you can see it this way, so I have to. Yeah, so you can see it this way. Okay, let's swap and see if it works. And then I can replace the capacitors. Okay, I think this is a capacitor problem because I already put some extra. So already put some extra. I'm not sure if I tested this before, but anyway, I have to check. So there's an error in this one. I have to check what it is, and I'm not sure if I checked this one just before starting the refurbishment. So I wonder what the error could be. But I know that I put some solder on the capacitor pins to be able to remove them in a minute. So maybe I created a soldering joint or something. So let's check it. Or maybe it's the Z. It needs to be cleaned. It's so dirty. Let's do that first here. Because I also reflowed the pins on the ZED socket here, and it's a big mess with all the burnt flux. So I'm cleaning it up with a little IPA, I mean, and I can check if there are any shorts. I want to get a ultrasonic cleaner in the future, so all my boards that I produce here or refurbish or something can be cleaned in that. So that's the machine is like a crate with liquid in it. You put in the board and you just switch on the machine for about 10 minutes, and it will create ultrasonic waves inside the liquid, which will then clean up everything on the board. So let's see, did I create a soldering joint here somewhere? Nothing to see here so far. I don't think there's anything wrong there. Maybe the relay socket. Should have checked that, of course, after doing this. There's nothing noticeable here. What else could it be? Nothing. There's nothing to see anywhere, so I wonder what it could be. Let's clean up the other parts. Right. And the U-H chip then. Yeah, there's another U-H chip then. Come on, here's the U-H chip. Right, let's see. Must be something to find because it's not working. I put it away some time ago. But it's of course very useful to test it before you're starting any work on it. So let's check it again. Nothing to see here. I hope we can find it. This has happened to me before, and so I just need to make sure the board works before you start, and I forgot to do it with this board. I did many of the others that on the stack here beside me. Tested those. But maybe it will run be empty. I'm not sure if I tested this one. Let's check it with the original ROM. And I also I just need to know if it works. Maybe it's just that the ROM is empty. Could be because I don't know. There's no because there's no sticker on it. I thought I just put them in there, but maybe it's just not tested. So I've got some original ROMs here. Grab one of these and see what happens. Right, and let's check the chat. Okay. Oh, I never used ULA replacements, only tested a couple of SLAM ULA chips. But I think the Nebula is a good one. It's cheap and fits in most boards. So, okay, I didn't know that you have to remove the coil on the speaker before doing ultrasonic cleaning. Cool. Right. Now I know about a small one that did it. I wrote some documents about ROM modifications myself, so okay, boots up just fine. It was just a ROM. So I guess I need to program those ROMs before using them. Should have known. Let's just do it now, you know, because we're doing working on here. I guess ROM just needs a programming cycle. How can I forget? Anyway, okay. Get off all the excessive solder here. We'll just program this one and continue to work. Come on, computer. Boot up, boot up, boot up. You can do it. Resuming Windows. Come on, you can do it. Okay. This is a M27C256. So M27C256, and from ST this one is. Let's get the file. It's 40K, 40K, yeah, 40K ROM. Okay. Right, let's program this one. Almost done. I guess it was just empty, so I need to do the other ones in the stock as well. Okay, this one should work now, although I need to do the modification, because this is actually a 32K EEPROM, and the ZX one needs a 16K one. So hence I'm connecting pin 1, which is usually not connected in the socket of your 48K board, to pin 5 volts, so putting up the A14 address line on this type of EEPROM. Oh. More friends request. I put a note on my last Facebook post from yesterday, or one of the last, not the last, about people can add me as friend, because I put a lot of stuff on my timeline that I don't always put on the Sinclair Facebook groups. I wanted people to be able to see everything I do without continuously checking groups, but I get a lot of new friends requests at the moment, and it's no problem. I like it. Right, you need some small mods user. Let me just check that. Let us see. I should have some black stickers here. No, not here. Shall I just print the black one, and maybe the easiest way? Let's put it in here and make some black stickers myself. Why not? With everything we need here, so Word. Hello. Insert a rectangle and pure blackness. Bit bigger, please. Thank you. Yep. Right. And let's print it on one of the laser printers here. Then we will cut it, and then we can continue. It's getting a mess here. My own fault. Should have paid attention when I put it in. So you can see here I have a beautiful rectangle on my Word document here. Isn't it beautiful? Anyway. Oh, these are Rico's SPC240DN. I got 3 of these, so one more spare one. I use them a lot, daily. These are cheap. These are about 100 euros, so I guess the same amount in pounds, about the same. And I only use refill containers, so no refill cartridges or refilled cartridges. So it's a lot cheaper to use than buying cartridges and more expensive printers. But nowadays you have smaller models, even double-sided ones from Samsung and other brands. But what surprised me is that last time I checked, they weren't available anymore. So I wonder what happened to cheap ones from Samsung, because I thought those were great. But I only would buy them if I could refill the cartridges myself, because otherwise it will be too expensive. You know, every printer brand profits from selling cartridges instead of only the toner. So I buy my toners from the US actually. So I buy them from, I think, AAA toner. Check. I'm not sure. I have to check. So I get just 4 containers of toner with new chips for that you have to put on the. I should put some tape over it, because it's getting damaged. Let's see. I don't need that many, so just only do this part here. I'm not doing that much chip, you know. Right. So let's cut away the rest. Baba. Okay, so I'm using these printers for a couple of years now, and they're still available if you look a bit. I just like this model a lot. It's a duplex printer, so both sides, you can print on both sides. It's one of the most important features for me, because all the manuals I print as a booklet, so you can just fold it. You have a A5 format booklet, which is just great for customers, I think. I just wish I also had some larger printer, A1 or A2 maybe, so I could print my own posters, but I guess I don't have the space for that anyway. Alright, we got some stickers here, almost ready. I'm working on it. Almost ready, as always, almost ready. Right, this is enough for now. And we got a sticker, don't let it fall. Why is this one falling? Who? That's odd. Oh, that's odd. Huh? I printed it the wrong side. How could I do that? I'm stupid. Did I tell you I'm stupid? I'm stupid. How could I do that? Okay, we take another one. Huh? How could I do that? Anyway, this is the correct side. I don't know what just happened. We'll do it again. Still looking here. Sorry for the delays. I make mistakes as well. Yeah, retro printers, I still like them. I use a thermal Brother HR5, and I like that a lot. And used that one on I was expecting for a while in the past. Is it the correct side now? It is. Okay, let's do it again. Stupid me. I'm human. Alright. We don't need that part. These are all partially used sheets of paper anyway. Maybe you've seen, you can see it. I like to not create too much waste, you know. I'm really serious about that. If I can reuse something, I will. Righty, let's do this again. This is more than enough for now. Oh, oh, it's so windy outside, man. Noise. It's has been storming here home for a couple of days now. Yeah, I like the HF5. It's a really cool printer. Alright, this one works. You can see it, it sticks on my hand, finally. So, we got a working apron here with the small modification for a 14. Let's check it again, guys. See if this works. Yay! Alright, so this one only needs new capacitors now. I just one more question to you guys. I was wondering, I usually keep the original 5-volt regulator on the boards, but I wonder, what do you think? Should I replace them as part of the refurbishing, or just keep the original one? Because I don't think it's that kind of a big problem. Of course the heat is bad for the machine altogether, but I think if you remove the original voltage regulator, then it's not, I don't have the feeling it's a completely original machine anymore, but it's only what I think. So I wonder what you think. Let me know, please. Right, next one. It's getting a bit of a mess, so I'm cleaning up a bit. Like many people say, when I'm working here, it's organized, and I need that because I'm an artist. You know, I need to get things organized, otherwise I can't work. So this one is partially ready. I could do the capacitors right now, but I just want to continue on boards first. But can I put this one? Put it here. Next board. It says caps with an exclamation mark, so I guess I tested this one. We'll just do it. But I'm not sure if it works. Let me just do a small test. You say you make an option for a customer, prefer Trecos. Okay. Well, I want to make it a standard because I don't like to bother customers too much. I just want to create a standard. Oh, this one doesn't work at all. Oh, it does work. This is a ROM problem, so let's put in the diagnostic cartridge and see what that says. Ah, it's a bad connector. RAM failed, says. I wonder. Is it really RAM? The edge connector is dirty. Okay, let's do a couple of things first. The edge connector is very dirty, and it says it gives a RAM fail, but I put on a note to replace the capacitors because it could be just old capacitors causing issues on the 12-volt line, or maybe 5-volt line. Anything that reduces temp has got to be a good thing. Okay. Yeah, you're okay. I think I should just replace them. If I see the replies, then yeah. Okay, I agree. We will just do that. So the new service, fixed price service, will include replacement of the voltage regulator as well. And maybe I can do that just immediately because I have the boards here now, so why not? Let's just replace that. Right. I think soldering iron is easier to get these out. I will not keep the original ones, and I have plenty of those tracker ones, so that's not an issue here. I'm getting email. Am I? No, it's not email. I don't know what it was. So let's get a tracker one. just wish they were a bit cheaper. And I also have the 5-volt ones from China, which are indeed cheaper, but it costs about €1. But I think for refurbishment, because people know these trickle ones, I think it's better to use the trickle ones. Why not? Alright, let's see, we'll do that later, just soldering the ROM socket here. And I should switch scenes. No, not a new 7805. Indeed, Steve. I do think that on a toast rack you really should keep the original voltage regulator, put in a new 2 ampere one, which I also have in stock here. Because a toast rack isn't a toast rack without the heat, without a hot heatsink. That's what I think. But who am I? Alright. I'm still having troubles with hay fever. It's not over yet. So if I'm doing strange things, then it's not because of me. Alright, the connector was very dirty. You can see it. It's corroded as hell. So I have to clean it a bit. The RF output socket, and I use just a bit of sandpaper, cut to a piece. And remove the old come off you. And give it clean. Then the connector will work a lot better. Sandpaper tore its lot. Come on, get clean. It's even rust on it. It's not good for a connector, but it's getting better. I'm using not the finest sandpaper because it will take longer. So, okay, this is better. Oh, that looks a lot better. We'll show you. Yeah, it won't focus. Okay, it's a lot better than it was a minute ago. So I think the bottom is even better. So it's still some rust. Let's put a bit more on it. Can't do any harm. You can see some rust here. I hate rust. Rust on labels. Use a tool because this doesn't work very well. Still a lot of rust. Should have used copper instead of metal. But it's better than it was, so I guess it was it. Ah, that's clear. Right. So, what else will we do? Let's get out the relay socket first. Although this board had some errors, I will replace the relay chip because it could be the original relay that's causing the errors, and I'm going to put in a working one. Alright. Oh, this one is getting stuck again. Let's see. I should be able to get out now. Just want to be careful not ruining the board. I've done that before. It would be the first time. I hate it when ruining pads. Where it's stuck. Hard to tell. Which one is stuck? One is still stuck somewhere. I want to be careful not ruining anything here. Oh, I think it's out. Right. Didn't ruin anything, just some solder on top, which kept it. Right. Uh-oh. Looks like I did some damage here, so is there some wire on one of the pins? I think so. It's hard to see here. There's something pulled up. It's strange. Oh, this way. Yep. I did some damage, but it's easily repairable. You won't notice it ever. But it's important to do it now, otherwise I will not see it again. So, tiny wire. Tiny wire. Just a tiny wire. Yep. And then put it over there. Cut it with a side cutter. No one will ever notice. And it's repaired just perfectly. One stuck hole here. Let's open it up. Yep. And the rest is just perfect. It's a 4A board again, so let's see if we have more of these 7 type relays. Yep. Another one here. Oh, a lot of questions again. Let's see. Just a second, guys. Of course, only if you need me. Maybe you don't need me. Maybe just want to chat with the other people in the chat. And we got a socket relay chip in here, which looks very nice. Just have to clean it a bit with IPA. In a moment. Not now. Let's make some space here because it's ridiculously full with all the cabinets with all the parts. Right. We'll put this away for testing. Yeah, should have gotten it out before putting the socket, of course, but that's not being lazy. It's my fault. Get out, you! Oh man, it's hard. How can we do this easier? It won't. Yeah, it will come out. It will come out eventually. Just need a bit of pulling and pushing here. Not the best way of doing this, of course. I don't damage stuff often. Please believe me. I don't do that a lot. I'm trying to be careful. Sometimes when I'm rushing or doing too much things at once, then you can kill things. Right. Okay. This one goes here. We can test the board in a minute. There's no problem in here yet, but I just want to know if it still works as it should. And after that I will replace the capacitors because I think there is a voltage problem. I haven't measured it, but let me do a check. See what happens. Now there's some lower RAM issue. You can see it on the screen, and it's really capacitor related as well. The screen is totally distorted, so there's really a capacitor problem with this board. We'll do it later on. Put it away for now, and I will just replace the 785 chip on this one as well. Because why not? I think I have enough trickle power regulators in stock, so it's not a big problem. Using a couple more. Get out, because my hands are getting burnt this way. Come on. Ah, this is hot. I don't think you can see it. Come on, get out, get out, get out, get out, get out, get out. Yes, yes, almost, almost. And it's a boy. I'm just joking. My brother gave, or at least his girlfriend gave birth to twins this week. I have to visit them soon. It's cool, very cool. I love babies. Let's see if I can answer any questions here. It's kind of crowded. Let's see. Okay, I know some spectrum enthusiasts who really don't like to change components from the original. Yeah, I know them too, Steve. But some boards should be kept original as possible, like issue 1 boards, for example. Maybe you should not refurbish them at all. But these boards are for the users, you know, not for the collectors. Refurb with a spin in the ass, though. Yeah, well, this one gets composite video. All my boards get composite video by default. If it's up to me, if someone decides that he doesn't want to, or she doesn't want to, then they should let me know. You can easily remove the or just put the RF back again. RF is cool. It works, you know, sometimes. Let's see. I have a question, but where can be a problem if 5 volt line minus 5 volt line is too high? Oh well, I would just check several components. Maybe start with the Zener diodes. I think there's a Zener diode responsible for minus 5 volt, and if it's minus 7, maybe the Zener diode died. You should really replace those. Just get a schematic. You can find them on World of Spectrum and start with replacing the minus 5 volt Zener diode, and after that I would check capacitors, of course. I would check TR4 and TR5. I offer them as a set on the web shop if you need just one set. But usually if you have a 12 volt line and a 5 volt line, then I would guess that one of the Zener diodes is causing this problem. That's what I think. But Steve, I'm very curious if you can find the problem with your diagnostic board, because of course many people are interested. I remember, by the way, the previous run of those boards by Brandon a couple of years ago, but then I wasn't doing this much of repairs, and I didn't really feel I needed a diagnostic board. But nowadays I would really love one. So the diagnostic board shows if RAM is working or not, and if not, it will show by a LED which RAM chip you should replace. Also it shows if the 12 volts, 5 volts and minus 5 volts are present or not, which is a good thing as well. But we have seen a improved schematic from Poland, which could be more interesting even, which also shows the exact the voltages at those at the voltage lines. So that would be even more perfect, because that way you can quickly see if there's anything wrong with one of the voltages. I think I would like that version in the future. Right, we got a 4A board here, so we need another 7 type of ULA chip. So let's remove the ULA socket first. It's cool to see that things that were kind of experimental in the past, or just too new for many people, are getting more ground nowadays. So I'm thinking of the diagnostic board, but also thinking of SpectraNet interface. I really should work on the first one. I still haven't had time for that because of all the other work, and I just don't want to do it right now. I could just grab a SpectraNet board and start assembling it, but it's more than only assembling. You know, it's using it for the first time, and there's more to it than just assemble a board. The program parts and more of that. It's all on time. And of course, I really need to work on the pick and place machine. What I'm going to do from next week is just start with the pick and place machine. Just grab a camera and live stream what I'm doing, because I think I need the motivation of working on it, because there's so much work here. And if I would not start with the pick and place machine next week, that I would be an idiot. I just need to work on it and need to get the machine up and running as quickly as possible now. Someone replaced these sockets here, but with terrible soldering, or maybe the sockets weren't clean or something, because the pins are badly soldered here. So I'm reflowing those again. There are some pins with almost no solder on it, so it could be an issue, of course. This is not my work, definitely. And as I just showed, I will also clean up the remaining flux, which I would love an ultrasonic cleaner for, but I don't have one, and I don't have the space right now. And I'm not going to move. I just want to stay here for the next couple of years, and hopefully longer than that. Maybe if one of the kids will leave the house, then maybe I will use one of those rooms. That could be an idea, of course. Right. This one didn't give too much trouble, I think. And it's out. Very clean, so this is good one. I really would like some coffee, guys. I think I'm going to call downstairs in a minute. Ask the missus if she can bring me some coffee, and I think the washing machine is almost ready as well, so would be a good moment. Did I check these ones? Just one tiny blob here where there's, here it is. Ah, the soldering iron is dirty. Oh. I have good eyes, but I'll use the magnifying glass a lot just to make sure. Okay. Yeah, I will create a series of videos, streams, probably, because editing videos is just so time consuming, and I guess if I would do recordings and edit them, I will never finish starting to use the pick and play machine. I will just do some stuff live. I don't mind. If you don't mind, I don't mind. If you mind my hair, it's not perfect, then maybe I should do recordings and get a stylist or something first. It will take a lot more time. I could order a stylist for twice a week or something. Do my hair and makeup and. All right. Ugh. DC side is ugly. Ugh. The insides are even more ugly. So let's clean up as well here. Just always a pain in the ass because there's so much solder there. Let's clean up the solder station first. I wouldn't get permission to use my living room for that, Jan. And I don't want to. I'm not always working, you know. I need some rest as well. We use the living room playing some ping pong, table tennis. We did last night. Just sitting the whole day. It's bad for your health, you know. I'm liking it at the time. Just use the dinner table for that. Let's see. I really like the test interface by refurb. Which one is that? Smart card? I wonder who's behind refurb, because the stuff the guys offer are so cheap that I can really not think of that they're making any profit, or at least not in a business-like way. And if you do this for a living, you need to make at least some profit, you know. It's not. I wish I could do it for free, but I can't. I'm not expensive, I think. Not too expensive. That's what I think. Let's put a new DC socket here. And a Traco power regulator, which we all love. Right, so let's clean up. Yeah, of course I've seen the video of the prototype. I love it, man. Come on. And I really like the guys from the Cambridge Computer Museum, because I've visited it a couple of times now, and oh man, the guys have such cool contacts and people they work with, and I really enjoy working with them and contacting them from time to time. And I should really go back again, seeing what they have at this moment. And I hope there will be more Spectrum fairs in the future. So the last one was the Spectrum 35 there with Rick Dickinson still. I really regretted that the video didn't work, because they have some footage of Rick Dixon's talk of this time at Sinclair, but the audio wasn't recorded, so they couldn't publish that video, which is really pity. It was a very good talk. I really enjoyed it being there, but anyway, it can happen. But Cambridge Museum is very cool, and you should really visit it. It's not expensive going there, even not from Holland, because you can just fly in the morning and get back in the evening and have a cool day. Come on, what's wrong here? Come on. Where is all the solder going? This is crazy. Okay, it's filled now. Just wait a bit for it to solidify. Right. Ugh. Then damage the connector? No, I don't think so. Oh. Ah. Okay, new one. It's not temperature proof plastic. This is. Okay, we have to do that again with a new one. Don't get it too hot. Right. Have you repaired an SU1? I have an SU1, but I'm not sure. I think it works. Put it away for now. Don't think it's that much different from an SU2, so I think it works. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I connected it, but it's for a moment when I have more time than I have now. So too busy working that one. Right. Let's use less heat for this one. Okay. Looks better. I hope it is better. Oh, but it's stuck. It's good enough. Okay, let's get out a voltage regulator here, the old one. Still stuck in the board. And when I'm done with this board, do a quick test. We'll ask for some coffee. One pin is still stuck. Right. Well, I think an issue 1 is a lot like issue 2, isn't it? That is the schematic somewhere, so it won't be the biggest issue. Fixing it. I need to. I do think they will have. They will need some time to fix the prototype. Right, that is ready. We'll do a quick test in a moment. Just need to solder the socket on the run space. And again, I need to do all the capacitors, but just want to see if it boots up. This one said that's some strange issue with the ROM. Well, there's no ROM in right now, so I wonder what the diagnostic card says. See, there are no shorts. Need to do some cleaning afterwards, but not now. Right. So no ROM. Oh, no, very old capacitors here. The oldest ones that can be in such a board. These are actually really old capacitors. Anyway, let's see what this does. What's up? You can see some capacitor shit going on here. Anyway, I think the ROM is okay. Just need to put in the ROM, but no. So, next one. Well, what I want to do is first replace all the capacitors and put in the ROM after that. But we'll just continue with the next board first. And as I said, I want coffee. Let's have a coffee break, guys. No issue ones you shouldn't use for daily use. You should just use that for collection indeed. Ja, mag ik ook koffie? Nee, nog maar niet. Oké, doei. Hoi. That was Dutch. Right. Next board. No boot. Z80 question mark? Could be. Let's I don't think it will be the energy. Let's just pull the Z80 then. Would be the first board with that Z80. Do you guys know Lewis Russman? Because he works on Apple stuff daily. He also does a huge amount of live stuff because he just likes creating streams. I think because of profit from YouTube, of course. But I like watching him when I'm working because he kind of inspires me what he does. He works on the newest stuff and I work on the oldest stuff, Lewis renamed his channel yesterday to the name of his cat. So I wondered did I by accident join some YouTube channel from someone's cat? It was just Lewis renaming his channel. I like that. The guy's a bit crazy, but he lives in New York. And I think attitude of people in New York is so completely different than from people in my neighborhood. But it's no problem, it's just a different way of living, I think. Almost done. Almost done. I want to do more videos of other stuff as well. Last week the belts came in for my old school Sony Walkman, which just needs a new belt, I think. So I open it up and clean it a lot. And it works greatly, except for some jitter in the tone. So I think it's just a belt. People ask really a huge amount for an original belt for Sony Walkman, or maybe not an original, but one that fits. Although it's just a standard size belt, It's So it's ridiculous if people ask £5 or something for only a belt. So I ordered a lot, a batch of them with several sizes, and they should just fit. I also thrifted a Sennheiser wireless headphone, and it's also an old school one. It's an analog one. We're using FM, and I already connected it. I had to replace the audio input connector because I had a proprietary connector, and I just soldered in a 3.5mm jack socket. And after that, I was testing it, and it seems the batteries, original batteries, which are kind of specific nickel hydride ones that only Varta makes, are almost dead. Got a bit of a load, but not much. And when I connected just the two standard batteries, it worked just fine at 3 volts. So I ordered a set of batteries, so 2 batteries, because you can put one in the headphone itself and you can put it in the charger that way, and the second one, second battery can go in the charger directly. So I ordered 2 of those for just, what is it, €15 or something, not much. So in total I paid €25 for a wireless Sennheiser headset, and the only thing I still need to do is replace the foam and the cushions. Right, so a new socket. Let's get a CD out. Let's see, coffee's very important. What is all the info on the colored panels on the left of the bench? The left of the bench. Which left? Again, what is all the info on the colored panels on the left of the bench? Colored panels. I have no idea what panels you mean. BlackBerry, yes. Right in front of you. What? Panels? I don't know what you are referring to. There's a lot of stuff in here, but what panels do you mean? Below left. Oh yeah, let's just move the camera a bit then. What do you mean? Do you mean these ones here, the cabinets with the parts, or do you mean the chips here? SMD stuff? SGS chip is on it now. SGS chip. Oh, this one! Oh, of course! This! Ah, look, these are my build guides. But I don't want to share everything that's on it, because it shows the exact last serial numbers of the products I make. I just can say we're in total we passed, well, what is it? I think we're over 3,000 at the moment. So for one person, it's quite a lot, I think. Maybe you don't. I think it's a lot for one person, making 3,000, over 3,000 pieces of hardware that are serialized. Not everything I make gets a serial number, so imagine that. So indeed, that's my build guides, which help me assemble things in the correct order. Just sort of a checklist. It's not that kind of a secret what serial numbers I am at, because you can just see it when you order stuff, you know. But it's because I don't want to get discussions going on about it from companies like the future was 8-bit or something, you know. I'll leave them alone if they leave me alone. I just don't like other companies talking about me in a bad way, which some people like to. Okay, it still doesn't boot. Does do something with the diagnostic cartridge. I think this is a capacitor related as well. But I guess maybe the original SATA CPU still works, so just test it now. It took some time to boot up, so I think it still works. So I think it's only capacitor related. Original CPU works. I should have tested it a bit better. Can happen, you know. More stuff on the desk. What's the issue with the board you're working on? This is a 4A again. It's the third one, I think. Yeah. It's not white, it's yellow. Are you going to start filling your PCB with flux? No, I'm not. If I use flux, I use these no clean flux pens. I like them a bit better than liquid flux. But I might start using liquid flux because it speeds up the process. And especially if you're using what the hell is in here? If you're using heat gun for S&D parts in the future. So anyway, these are definitely not original tier 4 and 5. So if someone replaced these with chips, I don't know. Let's just get them out. I don't like using bogus chips, bogus transistors. So that's another discussion. Which replacement transistors should you use? And as I said, I started a webpage. I said it in the last stream. I just didn't find the URL directly when I was talking about it. But I really want to have a webpage for everyone publicly, so you can see which replacement part you should use for a tier 4 and 5 that you can just obtain at this moment, and not some old stock parts or something, you know. Even the speaker transistor is non-original. What should I do? Well, we'll replace it with an original one. I don't like these ones. I have no idea if these ones are on spec, you know. Could give all kinds of troubles later on. I don't like that. So let me just grab some transistors first. Could be a cause of issues. Nope. And for the refurbished boards, I tend to use ones I pulled from other machines, so that's not a big issue, you know. I just know that not all of these are tested, and that's a pity. I should test them on my test board first. So maybe, I'm not sure if I put sockets for those on the board here. Did I or did I not? No, I didn't. Well, we'll not test them now. We'll just put in good ones in. But I'm not sure. I'm doubting, you know. So it's easier to test a couple. This is my test board here. This green one with all the SIV sockets. SIV. Let's put in some sockets there. What's going on Facebook? Someone's chatting to me. It's Steve. Hey, Steve. I have so many chats going on, so I have to wait for replying to those. No, it's not a problem, Steve. Don't bother. It's no problem asking. I don't have many secrets. It's just that I'm a bit careful not getting into discussions, you know. And you know, if I would do 5,000 interfaces a year, it still wouldn't be enough, because now I do this daily. I need more, some more at once. All right. So I'm going to cut some IC socket here, so I can use it as a transistor socket. I've done that before, but you have to replace these from time to time. Right. That's one. I need another one for tier 5. I think you need to start using soldering paste when stencils. Well, of course, I have soldering paste. Yeah, I have it. And the issue is that I also have leaded soldering paste, and when I'm going to start using the pick and place machine, I will get over to unleaded solder, So I have to replace the soldering trays, which may even not be useful anymore because it has been sitting somewhere too long. But I have it because I used the oven which is next to the camera, and just not used the pick and place machine. But I've done some stenciling to try it out. I've got a couple of stencils here for the Pro one, for example. Right, we've got 2 sockets here, so let's do some testing. And not too many because I don't want you guys to wait too long. And what I always do is when I test it apart, I'll put a sign on it so I know I've tested it. But the cool thing about these Samsung boards, by the way, is that you can use both Samsung transistors and original ZTX transistors, which is cool because the Samsung transistor is the one with a different pinout. You can just use the ZTX versions as well. There's a second socket next to the ones from Samsung. I've tried it out before, just looked it up, and we're just fine. Now I'm going to insert the sockets. Almost. So last week we went for some skiing in Germany. I really was up to that. I've worked way too much over the last weeks. I'll just have to continue because work's not decreasing, it's increasing. And I need it because I'm still not at a level of sales that I need, so there are several reasons for increasing the amount of work done in a day. So we really need the pick and place machine. But anyway, I thought we could do a couple of days of skiing in Germany, and although the weather wasn't the greatest, we still had much fun there. Of course, I didn't say anything about it before I left because I don't think it's wise to share that stuff. We have a business at home. Anyway, I have good locks, by the way, and good security stuff here. I still don't like to invite people. I mean, I don't like to invite people that I don't know. Because I get some people just visit here for repairs or just a chat. Neil, Frank Rodolph, René van Egmond, and many other people have visited this place again before. Right. So we now have a test set up here for Tier 5 and Tier 4. Let's check it out. I think I just need to put some very small signs, markings on the board before continuing, so I know which way it should be orientated. Yeah, just that way then. Come on, you can do it. Right. And now we can do some testing. Oh, there it is. So we'll get the parts over to the other side and we'll test some for now and not all. I just want a couple of replacement ones. And I do this because these are kind of expensive, but not anymore, so I'm doubting a bit if I should do this. They're not too expensive anymore, because I found replacement ones. Okay, let's see. These are fine. these are not fine. One of these are not fine. Which one is it? I'm not sure. Maybe it's just that one. No. I don't think so. One of these are not good. They're fine as well. This one is definitely not okay. So let's take this one here. And these are fine as well. So I've got 3 sets now with working ones. Let's get them over to the other side. These are all okay. Let's see what this. Yeah, I've got here. I got some coffee. You didn't see, but I have some. Alright, so I just left in the IC sockets in the test board. So I just put in the shift sockets into the IC socket. You need to use some pressure, but you can get them in easily. Yeah, the green 4S was something, yeah. But you need to replace one transistor at the video output to get a bit sharper picture. Anyway, so let's see. This is 650 and this is a 213. These two work. And of course, what I always do is I test these boards for about an hour in the test setup and do all the checks, just to make sure that all the components I used are reliable. And I now just need to find one tier 7, or in other words a ZTX 450, which is in here, which is of course for the speaker. So now we have all original transistors again on this board. And we'll do a quick test before continuing. Right. This should be just fine, except for an IC socket, ROM socket, sorry, and for the capacitors. And what did this one say? It says no boot, but it booted, and I think it's just capacitor related. Now, if you have capacitors that are old and don't have their original values, then, for example, the reset capacitor, the 1 microfarads type, can be 5 times higher, for example, and just needs about 5 times as long to boot up. That's what just happened to this one. So it's working okay. It just needs some new capacitors. That's all, and some cleaning, and the other stuff like another voltage regulator and so on. But we're doing right. We're doing well. Oh, by the way, I was thinking about videos. Last time I checked, there were 3,888 hours of videos watched from a year ago until now, which means that maybe this stream or maybe the next will get us just over 4,000, which is required to get monetization enabled again. And I'm looking really forward to that. I hope you guys don't mind seeing a commercial now and then, but for me it's important. It's an important motivation to make more of these videos and chat with you and do this stuff, because I think it's cool to do this live and just make more videos. It's not a main source of income for me, but I just like adding it to my routine. There's really a big amount of solder in here. I don't know if you can see it because the light is not perfect, but there's a big blob of solder in there because of these boards. Okay, another Traco Power one. Hey, Elfie UK4. Hi Ben, hi all. Tried using Internet Explorer 11 and got no support, not support video format. Okay, that's odd. I have no idea why not. It's just 1440p, I think. Strange. You can't blame me, blame Google or Microsoft in this case. I have no problem with any YouTuber having ads as long as they're not every minute. No, especially, I hate that. That was just at the beginning maybe. But by the way, talking about videos and commercials, I'm seriously thinking of buying some ad space on a YouTube channel from someone like, I was watching a video of him yesterday, I have to look it up. Some retro channel, and I saw that he makes a commercial for other companies, so I thought why not make a commercial for Vitalight once. Not too often of course, because I guess it will be a bit expensive, but anyway, I would like that a lot. Oh, I have to replace the relay circuit, but let's first test it because it said no boot and it booted, and now I want to know what it does. So you can expect some okay, that's cool, this works just fine. This board is ready. Just need the relay replacement and a rock chip. So you can expect some commercials from Vitalight in a way. He just names the company, so you know, and that's good for me because I don't want to pay for expensive commercials at this moment. But when the pick and place machine is running, I will definitely contact the guy and ask for a way of featuring Vitalight in one of his videos. I think it will be good to do that on a known channel, which is all over 8-bit stuff, you know. But I will be a bit selective with the channels that I want to put my name on, because if it's a channel that likes to shit on people like me, then definitely I will not want them to use my name ever. And there are some companies that like to do that. I don't know why, don't ask me, ask them. I think there's enough space and work to have multiple companies doing this stuff, you know. So why on earth would you try to get into a fight with other companies? It's ridiculous. But there are some people that like doing that, it seems. So I need to clean up the tube here. I will just switch this off because it blows all the dust in here. Look at the blob here. I was wondering if this X prototype has a message in Nightals. Yes, we'll have a Nightals ROM. I'm sure of that. Because I've seen those ROMs before, the Nightals versions. But people really wonder which revision of the ROM is on that board. I just want to know. It's cool. It's cool to know, I think. Why not? So, cleaning up this a bit. Some more here. This is all solder here. Let's get it back together again. And let's put it first. I think we did it this way. I think so. Yeah, it must. It's not the easiest way of handling this stuff. And of course the gun is hot at this moment, so you should be very careful. Oh, it works great again. Let's make this desoldering pump great again. Right, continue. I think the Sinclair community is one of the best communities, maybe the best I know. No, it's not the best I know, but it's personal. But the Sinclair community is a great community. People really are really nice and respect each other. But there are some companies that, and with people that just don't. And the cool thing about that is that the ones I'm referring to are actually no Sinclair companies, but do all kinds of stuff, and they just don't give too much about people, but only about their products, it seems. I don't know why those exist, those companies. Why would you do that? There's so much work, guys. Why would you try to profit by pushing some people into the ground, you know? It's ridiculous. It's not a way of working with people. Anyway, it happens. Doesn't bother me. Right. Zeddy to program at the highest level. No, not program anything. Just cleaning. And I used the coin trick on mine, but the coin has several coils in front of the back sponge. Okay. Have you met Steve Vickers? No, I don't know. Who's that? Steve Vickers. Don't know his name. I think. Some boards are really hard to get stuff out. All the holes are still filled, it seems. No, not all, but a couple. Getting there. Right. Get out, you. I think we're almost done now. Shall we give it another try? One more here. Right. little bit stuck at some point. Okay, cool. No, I didn't know Steve Vickers. Cool. I should read that. Oh, okay. Nice. Cool. In the past, I was just a user, and I spent many years just playing with the ZX Spectrum and doing some programming in BASIC and assembly. But it was so strange when, for example, like Spectrum 35 2 years ago, some people like Rick Dickinson and Jim Begley and others just popped up at the event. I didn't know they were coming. I think Rick was announced, but I'm sure Jim was. They were already working on the ZX Spectrum Next, and Jim is really a humble guy, and he was in front of my desk because I had 3 desks of new stuff to sell there, and he asked him some things, but I didn't know Jim, to be honest, and I didn't know he was so involved with Sinclair stuff back in the days, and now with the ZX Spectrum Next. So I thought I recognized him from something, but I didn't know. It was just so stupid of me that I didn't welcome him a bit better at the event, because it was really cool talking with these guys, and so I should get to know some more people from Sinclair and others. And even the Oliver Twins and Chris Wilkins and all the guys who were at the Spectrum 35 and other people which were not there. It's really cool to get to know them because they shared a lot of their history, or they even made a lot of the history when you talk about Sinclair, you know. And I think it's so cool because it's a big part of our lives, if you be honest. So I will not worship them, but at least I want to give them my respect, you know, because the guys just meant a lot. And I put this off. I don't want to compare myself to these guys because they were in business when the Sinclair was new and hot, and I'm doing this. Yeah, well, because I like it, because I like doing this. Yeah, that's the easy answer, you know. Someone has put on an issue 2 speaker on this board, so we'll replace it as well. Because I think it has another impedance. It might give a problem if you not use the original one. Well, so for some things you need a screwdriver. It works. Right. So we've only done 3 boards so far, and how long are we streaming? Oh, 2 hours. It's way too long. Because I still need to do the capacitors, you know. And that's what you get, because you can see that refurbishing these boards really take a long time. It's not easy to do, and if I want to make any money, I think I have to ask £40 or £40 for a refurbished job. I think it's not too much. Now, of course, you can buy a ZX Spectrum which may work for £20 or something, but try doing this refurbishment work yourself, and you will need to spend 3 or 4 hours on it. You know, if you're not experienced with that. So that's what that's why I ask £40 an hour, and maybe £40 for a fixed price in the future. We'll see. I think £40 is not too much. You see the amount of work involved. Even especially the ULA socket or the heatsink, I mean, and removing the socket. And I'm not sure if £40 will cover the trickle power regulator. I have to check that. But I don't want to get in trouble financially because of a too low repair rate. I think I will just use the rate that I need. That's the simplest thing, I think. And if people don't want to pay, then well, yeah, sorry. I will have enough other stuff to work on and sell. And £40 may not even be including parts. I have to check, because I only use capacitors, and as I said, the trickle power regulator is not cheap. I think it's €2.5 or something. Let's get a speaker. Original speakers. I don't have that many left. I love the low profile. I've got a couple in stock. Just need to refurbish them because the ribbon cable and the low profiles are really in bad shape after 30 years. It's really hard to and it's not easy to replace them. I've tried it before, but I need to spend some time on these when I have the time, but no, not now. I have so much stuff to work on and fix, and cannot do it all at the same time. But I think it's not bad to have a lot of stuff in stock that I can work on when there's some more time. Okay, so replaced speaker, tracker power, heatsink, the ULA chip. So I think, and of course the transistors. I will test this board again, and the only thing that's left is the capacitors. Then this is just fine. Right, next board. I think I have 9 boards here, and maybe it's too much for now. So I can just... This is okay. This one goes over here. So another one that says okay, it's an issue 4S from Samsung. 64K apron. Alright. There's nothing special about this one, it works, so I think we'll just start with the ULA chip, and I wonder if I have enough. Wow, I've got a couple left here, so let's continue with that. Right. But I need to heatsink more ULA chips before doing another batch in the future. Man, already 2 hours in the stream again. Time flies. But I like to do at least 8 boards, maybe. I hope I can keep it up with that. My patience. What time is it? 3:30 here. one of the most important steps. Maybe no, I think it's the most important step. The most important step with refurbishing is not getting the board working again. It's not heat sinking the ULA chip, not replacing the tracker power regulator. It's not testing the board if it works okay. But the most important step is adding stroke waffle to the pack. There's a switched 5-volt regulating cooling. The switching regulator is very efficient. It may be more efficient than 95%, for example. So it will almost get no heat output. So usually you don't need cooling for that. So the tracker power ones don't need cooling at all, and they are thermally fused. So if you use more than 1 amps as it's specified, then most probably will just shut down. I've seen the behavior in the past. But no, it doesn't need cooling now. No active cooling needed. And if you don't know the technique behind the switching voltage regulators, by the way, they're used in plenty of stuff these days. For example, in all kinds of power chargers. For example, if you use a laptop, it uses a switching power supply because it's so efficient that they still get warm, but that's because they use a lot of power. But for example, the wall mount stuff from these days, so the wall plugs, for example, the ones I sell for the Spectrums, they don't get hot at all, and they can supply 2 or 3 amps sometimes. Cool stuff. Really cool stuff. I even posted a photo of a Opus Discovery board yesterday with a 5-volt regulator instead of the original stuff that's on the PCB, and it's a 2 ampere voltage regulator that feeds the floppy drives, which sometimes consume up to 1 ampere each, and the ZX Spectrum. No, sorry, not the ZX Spectrum. It feeds the parts on the Opus board. And the 2 ampere 5-volt regulator doesn't get hot at all, but it can easily handle all the stuff that's required. So it's just cool stuff. The way they work is the switches at a. Well, we need to do some work on the plug here. The board works, but the plug is not okay. Oh, and oh. The original DC socket is loose as it can be, so we need to do a couple of things here. But what I also use is these, we'll show you, these 5-volt regulators from China, which just work great. So these are the fixed ones. These are not the focus. These are not the variable voltage ones. These are the fixed 5-volt ones, and they just work great. The chip on it is a reliable chip, and I just spray painted it black because it goes well with the Hardigan boards. But these are a lot cheaper than the Traco Power ones, and these fit better on the boards instead of Traco Power ones. So I use these ones with the kids. It's not only because they're cheaper, but mainly because they just fit better on the board. A lot easier to fit these I think then Supervo should have created some more space on the board if you wanted to use a trickle power regulator. But that's not enough space. Come on, get out. Off you go. Right, next one. I can see some people left, another problem, but I can expect people to get a bit bored when watching me doing the same stuff over and over again. I don't mind. I just like doing this live. Why not, you know? So, new DC socket is in, and this one seems to be a bit loose, so let's check the internals. Get off. Get off. Get off here. Ow! Right. I think I just need to press this piece of the plug a bit. It's hard to reach. Yeah, that's what I wanted. Okay. So this won't be a problem anymore. It's perfect. I can see this one needs a replacement for the transistor on the video output because it's a bit faint pixels, but it works just fine, so that's not a problem. I will just remind myself of swapping tier 2 with a, is it the X313 I think? I have to check that, not now. Cool. Cool, Steve. You're welcome. Wow, the wind. Did I see my window move? Yeah, man. Where's my roof? I'm not sure. Wow, the wind is heavy outside. Anyway, hey Rob, good afternoon. Welcome. Cool. You're all welcome. Maybe I should sell these soldering stations, you know. Whoa, what happened to this board? Oh, whoa, it's dirty, man. What the hell's on this board here? I don't know. It's really dirty. Anyway, let's start with testing, maybe. Let's do a test. That's not good. Doesn't work at all. I have to do this board here. Doesn't work. There was a post on it that said it worked. Or no, I mean. Let's see if there's any voltage issue. Let's check the 5 volts. 5 volts. Right. Oh. See, we got 5 volts here. Let's just check the logic chip. That's the most easy way. pin is 14. I think that's safe. Yeah, we got 5 volts. And I can hear some sound. That was strange. I didn't hear that sound. Oh, of course. Okay, my bad. There's nothing wrong with this board. Of course it doesn't give any picture. There's no ULA chip in it. Sometimes I'm just crazy. Okay, let's continue the ULA chip. The board will be fine because I tested it in the past. It's dirty, man. It's a dirty board. I really wish I had a ultrasonic cleaner now. Hey! Okay, it's windy in the UK as well, so. Desoldering. If you do it a lot, it's really useful, such a machine. It's just that mine has some temper. So I need to clean it a lot. I'm going to use my screwdriver again. Oh, the socket is upside down. Not a big problem. But it will get out anyway. There it goes. Where's my cleaning tool? Right. This board is an issue 4B. A very dirty one. But just needs to work. That's the only thing we need here. It doesn't slow down a machine if it's dirty, you know. It's just dirty. Oh, really? Does the noise help you with programming? Wow, that's cool. Because it's quite loud. I do sometimes put on ocean noise or storm noises or something. And I really hate those ASMR videos from the girls that are, well, I don't know why they do that. I don't like them. I will not do such videos. It's ridiculous. It's as if they want to be a substitute for your girlfriend or something that whisper in your ear. But I don't need other girls doing that. I think there are many girls doing ASMR videos. Am I right? But I like I like to be to hear some storm sounds or ocean noises or something in the back as well. Right, this one is in. This board needs some more work, but for now it's good enough. Just need to do another check. Clean up the edge connector a bit because wow, this is dirty. IPA clear almost vanished into the air. Okay, this is better. It's not perfect, but it's better. Let's see if the diagnostic run will boot. And I want to get this 5-volt regulator out because I want to replace it with a real Traco power one. Get out, get out. Ah. Working on a Sunday, yeah. I was bored. I wanted to do something, but I didn't want to do real work. So, have you seen YouTuber Big Clive? He reviewed some APA loaded cotton buds. I bought some and they're great. No, I don't know. I don't think I've seen Big Clive. I do wonder if you're talking about IPA. I use this wick, solar wick, and I know Lewis Rosman uses wick with flux in the wick itself, which is really useful. I think. I don't think this wick has any flux in it, but I think it's useful when you want to speed up your soldering, or could be useful, yeah. I used this Traco power for testing once, I think. So there are some wires on it. And now I want to use it in this board. So the wires need to leave. By wires. Alrighty. Righty, let's do a test, quick test. I use Palfaro's ZXC4 cartridge with Brennan Alford's ROM on it. So the basic stuff, if you I wouldn't call it basic because I think the Brennan Alford's and Dylan Smith ROM is an awesome product and awesome tool to use. Righty, this one is okay. Just need to do the capacitors, but not now. I have 3 boards left here. Hope they all will work. This one says they only outputted black-white picture, which could be the color chip that I made 1A89. So we'll check that. Could be the ULA chip, but I think I swapped that already. But what I'm going to do is, well, I want to test the ULA chip first. I want to test it separately. I have the test board for that. Why not test that first while we're at it? Alrighty, let's see. It. 1 don't have any picture. Oh no. We do have picture. Let's see if we have color. No, we don't have any color. So it's not ULH. Oh, it's a ULH, of course. If it's no color with this ULH, then let's test it with another ULH, and let's see. Now we have color, so it's really ULH. It's the first ULH I have without color. So too bad. So we have a ULH without color. That will make a fine, whoa, keychain, sorry. But let's put it here in my stack of other defective ULH. Sorry, another one. Welcome to the family. Another furniture ULA with the logo, by the way, on it. So this is not one of the cheaper ones. It's one of the better ones and one of the later ones as well. So it's strange, but it's not an NTSC version or something. Okay, no color. Sorry. You can still use it if you want to, and then, for example, use a ZXHD. It will just work just fine, but we will not do that. So let's get out the ULA socket. Which diagnostics? If you ever clean anything with cotton bud, they're great, especially when they're filled with IPA. You step through is cool. No ROM on this one. No. Some boards of mine don't have a ROM. I will not go into the details. You can guess, of course. Let's see. Maybe it's for Interface 2 cartridge only. ROMless ZX Spectrum. Yeah. Why not? I can make it a console ZX Spectrum without a keyboard, only with a joystick. Why not? Would be cool, right? Console ZX Spectrum. It would be a first, I think. No keyboard, just a joystick. Mouse, I would want to say. But it's just hard to select something from the menu. So I guess you have to change the ROM game so you can use a joystick. Or you could just put only the keys on a console that you need to play the game. Most games use only keys 1 to 5, for example, if it's the ROM cartridge games. I wish there were more games brought out on the Interface 2 cartridge. But talking about games, I really would like reading more, seeing more about the new Alien, what was it called? Alien Neoplasma game. I like it a lot. It's really well made. Full of effects and AY sound. Really well made. I have to check who's the publisher or producer, because maybe Evgenim from Russia is behind it, because he's also making the other game. What's it called? Oh, I forgot the name. I have to check it. But he was working with his team on a game that will be released for both ZX Spectrum and ZX Spectrum Next, and will be completely identical except for colors and movement and that sort of thing. It was really cool seeing new games being released with that quality, and especially for several platforms, and wow, it's just great, you know, because so much time involved in programming games. Alright, this is an issue 4B board. It looks clean, not cleaner than the previous one. So I just need to put in another ULA chip. Let's see, do we have another one? Yes, we have another one, tested and heat sinked. But I said I'm almost out of heatsink ones now, so I need to test and heatsink more of those in the near future. But if I have a stack of these at this moment, then it's good enough. When I'm doing repairs for people, by the way, I use their own ULA chip, of course, from the board, and I will heatsink that one. But for these ones, I just use the ones I heatsinked previously. And what I also do nowadays is keep boards with their cases, because I can see that some people really like to have a completely original ZX Spectrum, and with original I mean the case and the board that matched when it came out of the factory, and also as many original parts as possible, except for the standard refurbished steps I do, as I just explained in the video. My ROM works without interrupts. Rewrote the keyboard and cool. That's cool. I wonder how you did that. No interrupts. Cool. So it's continuously performing the same routine again, I think, instead of using interrupts. Just iterating over the same routines. Why not? Maybe faster, I guess. I've seen so many custom stuff in my past when visiting people and or at events, meetings. I liked a lot of them. Oh man, I was so in love with the ZX Spectrum back then. I still am, but it's different now. It's different. My love has become mature. My love for the ZX Spectrum. I'm tagged in a post. I need to check my posts again, but I know. No, I'm just joking. I still feel like 18, 17 or something like that. I never grow up. Why should I grow up? Some people want me to grow up. I don't want to grow up. I just to be Ben who likes retro computers and who likes to work with people and who likes to have a good time. I almost wanted to say why so serious, but then I might be compared to the Joker. I don't want that to happen. Made a looping delay in the Roman, yeah, so I thought. Cool. Cool idea. Just hope, yeah, well not. Basically will work just fine. But I guess some old games may use the original ROM routines or something. That's a cool idea. I wonder why, by the way. Why would you not use interrupts? That's the only thing I wonder. Okay, let's test this board. There's another ULA chip, so I guess the black-white thingy is now gone. Let's check it out. Yeah, we have color. Woohoo! We only have a bad plug, but it's the only thing. Okay, that works as well. Just need to clean up the plug again, maybe the inside because it was a bit loose. Often the internal piece of the RF output plug is a bit loose, so because the outside is clean enough, I think. Alright, so another one fixed. Black-white is solved. Alright, so how many do we have left? 2 ones left. I'm having a good time, so why not? This one is one of the latest I got in, I think. And I used the plus case where this one came in for someone who needed a plus case. Ah, but felt is ugly. I will just remove the heatsink here. I have so many of these heatsinks, you must know. I think I have over 50 of these heatsinks. So I will not keep this one, I have plenty of those. If you ever need a heatsink, call me. Alright. Someone did a composite video mod, but in a way I don't like. Using it in a ridiculously big capacitor, there's no need for that. I know some TVs prefer an on-DC biased video signal, but for 99% of TVs it's just good enough. So we'll just remove that ridiculously long lag, what doesn't work because it's not easy to remove, so we'll just put it in here. We'll just remove this wire, it's more easy. Don't forget the ROM. Well, we'll do the ROM later. It's an original Sinclair ROM. So I'm just doing the basic stuff, making sure the machine works completely, and we'll then do the capacitors and the ROMs. All in time. So this is the basic composite video stuff. Whoppa! Putting this one in here. Cool. So you really customized the ROM then, back then. I love the ROMs with customized fonts. I love them a lot. I really think that's cool. Maybe I should just create a Vitalite font once. That would be cool. Nope, fall out. Yeah, come on, wire, get here. Fall out again, I'm stupid. Right, now it's in. Right. There's some strange non-original parts in here, but as long as it works, except for, oh man, they used another very odd replacement for TR4 here. I don't like that at all. Okay, that one is gone. We'll put in a working one. Sorry. It's the hay viewer. Ooh, someone damaged some tracks on the board. Has been repaired. It's not the best job, but I think it's good enough. Oh man, what the hell did... Oh, the soldering joints are bad, it's soldered. Let's reflow them again. So I think we need about 3 hours for 9 boards, which is not the worst. And then we're not completely done, of course, as I said. Still need to do the capacitors, and I need to do the ROMs and some more stuff. But most of the work is done. I think I'm going to give this a bit of a clean right now because I cannot see if there are any soldering joints because of the flux from the previous job from someone else. Look. Oh man, there are even more fixed board wires here, so the person that tried to repair this one, another attempt, didn't do the best job. Anyway, let's clean up first and then check if it works. Cool. Hey Tim, good afternoon. Cool. Very cool to see if people are talking with each other about these things. Go on guys, it's cool. Best hobby ever. And best worker, if you ask me. Just cleaning up here the board. Really a lot of flux remaining from last attempt. Just work on this board. Yeah. It's getting cleaner, but it's not completely done yet. I'm really trying hard here. That's looking better now. I'll show you in a minute. I didn't show the before, just showing the after. I can show you the compare because I didn't do the whole board yet, so I can show you how it looked like on some other parts. I hope the board just works because I see some, I think a handful of rewired damaged tracks on the board. I don't like that. Okay, this looks a lot better. Wow. Let me show you the results. So here you got some of the dirty flux remaining parts here, and focus camera. Come on, man. Focus. Anyway, and these ones are cleaned. These ones here. So you can see a bit of a difference. Just going to do the rest as well. I think this board had a lot of damage. All the lower RAM chips and the upper RAM chips are replaced at one time. But in the process, the guy who probably repaired this board damaged or maybe purposely cut a couple of tracks, maybe to find out where the full line was being pulled down, and I guess he needed to replace tier 4 a couple of times because of that. If you have a short circuit at 12 volts, then it will blow. Hence it's good to know that you can buy new ones for about 40 cents each nowadays. Final, for example. So get a ZTX 653 or 51, it's the same type, just with some more maximum power. And for tier 5, which is originally a ZTX 213, you can use a ZTX 751 or 753. And those are the same price as well for, and also about 40 cents each, which is not too expensive. If you can repair your board with that. Ugh, all the flux, all the yellow stuff, what comes off these boards is so ugly. Ugh. I need to wash my hands in a minute. Anyway, let's see if this board will work. So I think it's clean enough. Let's check for shorts or something. I don't think there are many, or any, I hope. Looks well. It's good. It just smells. The board smells. Ugh. It's not a good smell. It's an ugly smell. I think it will work. DC socket is still fine. Let's see, it's completely original. Just need to replace the relay. Check with the heatsink one. And this one got a Mostek Z80, which is cool. Oh, it doesn't work at all. What's wrong with this board? Let's see if the die can tell something. It doesn't. What is going on here? I don't know. What is going on? You don't have any core? Ah, that's not good. I don't think we have 12 volts. But at least the die launch should run. Good. Let me check full volts, and I'm afraid that we have some problems on this board. It's not the biggest issue, we'll check it out later then. Oh, what the hell? I see. Huh? It seems to be some unsoldered pads on one of the chips, but it's only on one side, so it's a bit strange, but that's not really an issue. So let's check if we have 5 volts. Let me check just a second. I want to know we have at least 5 volts. 4.9, it's good enough. And then I want to know if we have 12 volts. And I guess we don't have 12 volts anymore. 12 volts in here. 7.89 volts. So there's still some problems in the voltage circuit. So what we will do is, what I will do is just pull all the lower RAM chips, which are ceramic ones by the way, and replace tier 4 or 5 again, and get some other RAM chips maybe. So we've got enough of these lower RAM chips here, quite a lot. Cool. Cool. Right. Let's see if we can find the cause of the missing 12 volt. Oh, maybe it's just the IPA I used, because you can see there's some IPA in the sockets now. No? No, I don't think it was the missing 12 volt line. Okay, let's measure 12 volts again. I hope there's still, it will be just 12 volts now. It's 8 volts, so it's not good enough. I will replace tier 4 and 5 again, and then we will check if we got 12 volts back. Maybe one of the chips did that. Can't tell. But I know I just tested these voltage regulating transistors, so I wonder why these ones don't work. I don't know. Let's just replace these. Oh, remember, oh maybe, I'm just now doubting, could this person maybe have, oh wait, oh, No, I don't think so. There was another transistor here, and what I wonder now is, could these chips maybe only need 5 volt? But if that would be the situation here, then I would I should be able to see it on the board. But anyway, because I had a board once which had lower RAM chips that only required 5 volts, and those exist. The board was a bit different, I remember. I know Iron told me that he's seen it before, so I'm not completely sure if the voltage circuit should be completely the same as on the other boards, but we'll test it again. I think it's just a blown chip, causing the 12 volt to be completely damaged. Now I'm surprised a bit because, oh my bad, I used the ZTX 213 instead of the ZTX 650, and I really thought it said 650, but there was a very faint paint on the transistor, so it's my bad. Okay, most probably there's nothing wrong with this board, it was just the wrong type of transistor. We will find out in a moment. My bad. And on Facebook, Speedlock, Daily Thompson, did you do it? The very useful anime. Ah, cool. Cool. Okay. We have color, so we have 12 volts, which is required by the LM 1889. So let's check for 12 volts. So we have 12 volts exactly. Let's plug back in all the chips. Sockets are not ruined but really. And we'll measure 12 volts in between. I just don't like. Wait. We'll use other chips. I don't like these chrome chips. I want to keep them for something else if I ever need them. So we'll just use ITT chips, however got here. Let's see. Let's use these ones. It's getting back to work. Diagnostic doesn't work. Not sure why that is. Let's clean up the edge connector. Maybe that's the cause of the issue here. So only 1.5 board remaining. We're almost done. I guess this is a situation of Murphy's Law, where you have 2 problems at the same time. I guess the edge connector is just dirty because the diagnostic ROM doesn't start. Let's test it again. As you can hear, it starts now, so that's not an issue anymore. Let's plug back in some of the lower RAM chips, and this board will just run fine. I'm sure of that. Just grabbing a couple of lower RAM chips that look alike. Okay, one more and then we're done. And upper memory is also made of different types, so let's finish that as well. Okay, 12 volts is still very nice, 11.86. So just going to replace one upper RAM chip with a Oki one, because there is 1 TI instead of 8 Oki ones. So let's remove that Oki one. Should be only Oki ones in here. Oki dokie. Okay, we have plenty of okies here. Okie low. Okie high, okie high, okie high. Where are my okie lows? Plenty of okie highs, but I want an okie low. Where do I leave the okie lows? Come on, I must have one okie low. Okie low, come on man, only one. I don't see any okie low. Oh, that's too bad. Only okie highs. I hate that. That's strange. I know I have more chips, but I have them in my unsorted file here. So let's see if there's an okie one in here, maybe. Nope, 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 nope. Let's see what we got here. Nope, 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 nope. No okies here? Come on. Give me an okie. I want an okie. I hate that. Then in that case I will replace all the okie lows by okie highs. And so I will have okie lows in stock again. But I need to do the small change on the board then. Let's see, this is a TM4532 low 3. Okay, that could be here. So let's replace all the upper arm chips then by okie highs. Yeah. Suckers are bad. Yeah. Right. So I pull the okie lows and we'll put back in okie highs then. Let's do just that. And as I said, I need to change the soldering or the wire option. Okie high. Okie high. Okie high. Okie high. Getting you. And one more, but there's just some text in this one, so I will remove the text in a minute. I don't like text anymore. And I have a couple of okie lows now in stock. Which do work, so that's not a problem. Otherwise I wouldn't put them in here. So we now need to just change the soldering option, which is now set to low, and we will set it to high. High. High all the time. I love this song. To get you off my mind. Woo-hoo. I won't sing for you guys. I love to sing, but not on YouTube. My kids don't think I can sing, but I love to sing. I love to sing. Even when I listen to electronic music a lot, I love to sing. Stevie Wonder, Coldplay, ABBA, and lots more. Just a couple. Okay, it's set to high now, so that is changed. Ah, that's coming out again. Ah, don't do that. Don't do that. It's just a bit of heat. Get in, you. Right. Let's see. Oh, a lot of chat here. Cool. Very cool. almost 3 hours. Only have 10 minutes left if I want to stay within the hour. But I'm not sure if that will work because I'm not done yet. So I'll only high ones. Where did I leave the last cotton swab? I don't know. Let's get another one. Because I need to remove this text from this chip. I don't like that. So it's gonna... Right. So we now have OK highs, we have ITT lower end chips. Need to replace these ones because these are not the same ones. Just a second. Where did I leave my lower end chip now? I put it somewhere. Uh-oh. I gotta stay high all the time. To get you out my mind. And then we're going to test this board again. Let's see what it does. Do I have more lower end chips here? I want to have a completely identical series in there. All different types. I don't like that at all. I'm close to the camera. Very close. I'm close to the camera. Sorry. Looking for lower RAM chips. Got a couple here. I'm not sure if they work because I haven't tested these, so we'll find out in a moment. Just hope I don't blow any more chips here. Oh, come on, get out. Chip. Let's see if it works, because I don't know. Okay, it will work just fine. Now trying to find chips, same series, which isn't easy. There's not many ITTs here. I hope we'll find some. There, it's the same type. Let's get out this one. Let's put in this one. Let's see if it works. No, it just puts a fine. That's what we want. Almost done, almost done, almost done. Just another one, please. Thank you. Okay, still good. And we want to replace this one, so we have a corresponding series here. All from the same year. Oh, except one, or no, except two. Do I have two more from the same year, please? No, I don't. Well, we'll just leave them in then, because these ones look fine together. Okay, this board is working. I'm happy. I hope you're happy. I'm happy. Right. So we have a working board. What's happening here? Ben does ASMR. Yeah, I did a bit. Sorry. I hope I didn't scare you. I hate ASMR. Tell me, should we do it again? Or never again? Did I, some people left. Okay, I will never do ASMR again. I'm just joking, guys. Alright, this board is done. Okay, one more. Oh, I should do the ULA chip, but I'm not sure if I still have enough left. I have one here. I need it for the other board, and I hope I got an issue 3 one as well. Heatsink. Let me check. I'm not sure. I don't see that many anymore. Nope. Nope. These are all issue 2 ones. Nope. Nope. I think I have only one left. So I really have to make new ones. I don't have any more left. Okay. It's a pity. Not a big problem, but anyway. We will not replace this one yet. But I'm going to pull it. The board is okay, but I'm going to pull it because this one is not the one that corresponds to the board. It's okay, but we need to heatsink a couple more. Just can pull the socket, of course, why not? Alright. Just one more board after this one, and then I'm done for today. I got plenty of more boards, but not now. Rum cleaning sounds, yeah. Well, maybe the coil sound from 48K will sound nice. But it must be a lot more quiet in this room for that. Oh, that one went out fine, but it just left a couple of pins here. Get out, you. So tomorrow my kids will go to school again. They had a school holiday this week. Once we had time for some skiing. And it will be a lot quieter next week, which is good for my work, I think. And also my wife is stuck again. My wife is quitting a job after next week, so she will be joining Bite and Light full time very soon, which will help me out a lot. Come on, man. This happens from time to time. It's really stuck, and I have to clean it up, or I have to do this before this happening. Sometimes I can push through. That's what I wanted. But it's dangerous. You can easily burn yourself. But let's open again. That's the downside from this soldering pump. Throughout the last weeks, she helped me a lot by preparing harlequin kits. So we bag all the parts together, which is really useful work. No, okay, this one is ready. This needs a new UA chip. But I think it will really speed up the sound. Call sound is loud on issue 2. Yeah, that's true. But I really don't like issue 2s a lot, so I have a couple of them in the crate behind me. But I chose only to work on issue 3 and 4 for now. Got lots of other ones as well. Right, only one more trigger power, only one more relay socket to remove, and then we're done for now. So I can offer a stack of refurbished boards again. I may need to check even if my price for the refurbished boards is good enough, because I think it's not much more than £40. So maybe it's people could decide to buy a refurbished board instead of having their own repaired, which means that people will have defective boards maybe forever, and that would be a shame, don't you think? I think it's a shame. So I have to check if it's all reasonable enough, but not now. Right. Alright, this one has been worked on before by myself, but this is the old non-working heatsink, so we'll put it away and put in the correct one. First, remove the socket. Clean it up, I see, because there's a lot of flux here. Nice. My daily drive now is Harlequin 128. I like it a lot. I just wonder if I could use it for to connect it to an Opus Discovery, like I did yesterday, as you may have seen on Facebook. Because I'm not sure if the Harlequin board has a big 5-volt line to the edge connector. Oh, sorry, 9-volt line, which is required if you want to use an Opus Discovery, because the Opus Discovery feeds the ZX Spectrum externally by feeding 12 volts over the edge connector. And yes, 12 volts, not 9. So the 12 volt is fed through the edge connector, not through the DC socket when you're using an Opus Discovery. And then of course the general voltage regulator inside the ZX Spectrum will make 5 volts for ZX Spectrum itself. But since you're using 12 volts instead of 9 volts, if you're using a 7, 8 or 5, it will get a lot hotter. So it's another reason of using a switching regulator instead. Wow, that went easy without anything remaining. That's cool. Nothing residue. That's what we like. Okay. I forgot to clean the contact before, but anyway. Tim, I wonder, do you already have the next keyboard? Or have you at least seen or attached it from nearby? I wonder. If someone has, I would expect you have already seen it. I really like the keyboard. I would love to order one, maybe not for only putting in the next keyboard, but also for using it as a keyboard for ZX Spectrum. Oh, too bad. I really hope they will arrive really soon, because I think it will be a renewed interest for that. Can't wait for it. Would love to see it. And I hope they will sell hundreds of them, because it was a tough job of getting it done completely. But I can imagine that a keyboard will sell for, what is it, 150 or something, when sold separately, and which may be too much for people. Although I think you have to pay, what is it, about 70 or something, 70 pounds for a replica case. So the next case is much better, I think. Maybe 150 wouldn't be that much. We'll see. I hope it will be available soon, and we can order them directly, separately. People will be very interested, I think. Oh, and of course, I hope they make enough membranes for the future. Okay, this one is clean. Yeah. Tim, you know, Henrik asked me to get involved with the next project and team, and I didn't know him, and I didn't know Victor or anyone else, and I said no. I'm very sorry about that. I would have loved to, but I wasn't that serious back then. It was a couple of years ago, 3 years I guess, and if someone asked me now, then I would respond very differently. I won't go into the details what Henrik asked me back then, because that was mostly the reason I said no, but maybe we just didn't understand each other too well, too much. He's a real businessman, that's for sure. I don't doubt it for a second. And also still an enthusiast. I think Henrik has a game studio, I thought. Retro game studio, I'm not sure. So who produced Alien Neoplasma? I forgot. I've seen the URL, so I still want to check it, because I want to feature it in the weekly show in a couple of days. Right, so it's cleaned. Okay, 256 bytes, wow. Yeah. Yeah, you mean the external devices for the next, to work on the next, you mean, I guess. I haven't spent much time after the latest core release. I really need time for many other things. That's the reason for that. Yeah, maybe, but I really think that people, and Tim, let me be honest, I really like the project. I'm not septic or something. I just really like the project, and I really like those things being developed. But I do have the feeling that the main part of the ZX Spectrum community might not be that interested, because it's not really comparable to a normal ZX Spectrum, if I can call it that way. because how can I say it in an easy way? It boots up an FPGA core which loads the configuration when it boots up, and then performs several how do you call it, steps in loading the configuration you want. So ZX Spectrum 48, for example, or 128. And people with original ZX Spectrums are just juiced of powering on the system and immediately get the machine they like. And I think for many people, the new stuff on the Next, such as the Next OS and the SD card browser, so not ESX-DOS but the one in the Next OS, is just too far from what they're used to. That's what I think, what I feel. So I really would like, if it's possible, maybe I would prefer you power it on and you get to the machine you like without any hassle, and with the possibility of connecting original hardware or new hardware, and you really feel like you're working on a real ZX Spectrum. That's what I think. And of course, the new modes, of course, with all the new colors, is a good thing because you can play all kinds of new games on the Next. But I guess for many people, it's too far away from what they're used to. That's my feeling. But I really hope it will be a success, and I really hope no one minds that I'm talking about it this way, because I really like the project. And I have an Next board here. I have two. Sold one because I only need one. But even for me, when I'm using all the normal ZX Spectrums like this one, for example, I feel the Next is too far away. But maybe it's because of could be because of the lack of documentation at the moment. Maybe if the documentation is a bit better, then maybe it will not be that hard to use. I don't know. Yeah, maybe a bare core would be fine. Yeah, I could imagine that. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if Victor, maybe Victor knows, and I don't know if it's possible to boot up more quickly to the configuration you want to have. So with the Next OS booting up first, of course. But there are some things that I think still lack. For example, on-screen information about all the options you have, because pressing E, for example, in the main menu to edit the option you are on with the cursors, it doesn't show that you can press E, for example. And I think for many people that will be a big advantage if they can see what options they have. And I think with the power of the Next, that must be possible. That's what I think. Okay, this machine is ready as well for now. Good enough. I have the feeling that the Next is in total it's at version 0.6 or 7 or something. I can imagine that it requires a lot of more time of finishing the Next with all the it's a lot of power here, with all the features that will make it easy to use for anyone. And I don't think money is the biggest issue for people, but I think the ease of use might be. So that's purely what I think, and I'm not speaking for everyone, but that's my feeling with my experience with the machine itself. You know, it's not completely finished. It's not easy to use. It's not. That's what I think, at least. It's not. The documentation is not ready, and that will make it hard for people that don't know the machine to use it. And if it's too hard, then people will just put it aside and do something else. I'm afraid. Anyway, okay, cool. It does give instructions now. That's cool. That's cool. On this windy, very very windy day. Hey Patrick, good afternoon. Yeah, it's very windy today. But it's the same in the UK, Patrick. They told me. Cool. I think many people will like a ZX Spectrum Next that boots and with toast rack ROM or something with DivMC and ESXtos. I think many people would like that. Cool. So maybe you have you need two main configurations. So one toast rack only configuration, just as you say, and one advanced configuration, for example. If people can choose between those, so they do not have to refresh their the complete core, for example, then that would be really cool. But maybe it's just a matter of documentation. I'm not sure. Just has to start. I think it's not completed yet, and it just have to get running. All right. Wow, that's a long stream, over 3 hours. I did 9 boards. I will get the results here. So these are 9 working boards here. 9 working ones. This will be a cool. I must create a picture for what do you call it? A thumbnail. So 9 boards working in 3 hours. It's so free in an hour or something like that. It's not that bad, I think. And I need to finish them, of course. Yeah, okay. E6 is included here, so people will need to add that. Okay, but ESXtos is written by Miguel, right? I wrote the documentation about that, the story about that when I interviewed those. History of ESXtos and DivMC. So I'm going to just put that link here. Oh, what? Error. Why not? It says I can put in what? I cannot put in this link here. What the hell? I cannot put in a link to my own webpage in here. Okay, Theodos, didn't know. Interesting. Oh, maybe I can put in the page from the Spectrum then. We'll try this. Oh, come on! I cannot add links myself. I will. Oh, wait. What? I'm an idiot. Let's just put it in the description. History of ESXtos and the DivMC. Okay, now it's in the description. I think it should be edited, changed directly. I hope you can see it in a moment. So the link of the history about ESXtos and the DivMC is very cool. Miguel Guerrero is the developer for ESXtos, and Mario Prado is the original designer of the DivMC interface, which is really the most sold interface at this moment for the ZX Spectrum. At least I sell many of those, and there are more people producing those. So the link is in the description right now, if you want to read the story, because it's very cool. And you can say it's one of the main features of the ZX Spectrum Next as well. Let me just also put on the link to the ZX Spectrum Next page, specnext.com, in the description as well, so people can read all of that information. Find out more about the ZX Spectrum Next. So I also added that because it's cool to have you here, Tim. Right. Very cool. All right. So if you haven't read the story behind the ESXtos, the developer Miguel and what he did, and development of the DivMC. So ESXtos is not only for the DivMC, it's also for DivID, of course. But it's very cool to read. history and see the first prototypes and the first versions of ESX-DOS, and what happened in a bad way with the prototype setups of the diffMC, which started in 2005, I think. Oh, yeah, earlier even, in 2000. It's a really long time ago. That's when Miguel started with what now is ESX-DOS, and when Mario started with it in 2005 or something like that, I think. It's very cool. Very cool to read. It's very, very smart stuff that they invented, and how they wrote it in the software and the hardware. It's cool. Anyway, nice to talking to you guys. Thank you very much for joining me with the refurbishment of the boards here. I'm going to get to the kids and have then more orders coming in, and get some dinner, and we'll continue work tomorrow. I have lots of stuff to do. I really want to do more videos of many things live. For example, the Sinclair executive, was it executive or was it another one? The silver calculator. But it's just I just have too much stuff at hand at the moment. But the main, of course, the most important is for the next week, and I think I will start with it on Tuesday or Wednesday, is to get started with the pick and place machine, which is fully packed. You can see here some stuff which I really wanted to feature on the weekly show last Friday. That just didn't come to that, but those boxes are filled with floppy drives here, the yellow ones, and there's, I think, a Pong TV game in the box there, and there's some cool stuff from the 8-Bit Company, from Jen Kusira, and oh, of course I can do a live stream of a Spectronet, but I hope I will not fill in that video. I will do that as well, and I'm not joking. I can show you. Let's do the cutout for a second then here, because I don't want to show everything which is on the page here. But you can see here, I can show it now, I think. Oh, get away. Yes. Alright, let me show you. Let me do a screen capture. So now we have a piece of my to-do list here, and you can see the focus here, the daily sales, of course. So everything, when someone orders something, he or she wants to have that shipped within 1 or 2 days. All the messages, I have a big backlog of that. Some repairs, only 1 or 2, and then a pick and place machine and the Spectronet. So that's the focus for the next weeks, and I don't want to do anything else in the meantime. And I'm cheating today because I just did 9 boards refurbishments, but I felt like doing that today instead of normal work. It's a Sunday, you know. I've been out for this morning, so that's what I mean. Anyway, enough about that. Let's see if there's something else in the chat. Spectronet will come, and a lot more new products. For example, the diffMC Mini Lite, the diffMC Mini with the joystick interface. They both work. Just need to do some final stuff and get the first batch available. I just pulled the old diffMC interface with case from eBay and from my webshop. So those are not available anymore, but that's because the Pro 1, of course, is the successor of that. Need to produce the first batch of plus 2A plus 3 PSUs. So, lots of stuff coming up. But a pick and place machine is so important for all of that to happen. So, anyway, thanks for all, and we'll see you very soon in some new streams or videos. Thank you, and bye!